Hi guys, welcome back. Here is example 2, section 4.7, but we are on the U-trimes. All right, we've got an angle and two sides, so these are a little bit of a pain. And so we're going to look at our angle. The angle that they gave us this time is B. And some people were getting confused with this in class, and I said, if you don't like that it's not an A, by all means just scratch it out and call it big A. But if you change that to be big A, the sign opposite of big A, which would be little b, should be little a, and then you should call this one little b. In other words, there's my angle, here's still the side that's opposite, and here's the other angle, or the other side that they gave us. So when you do that, my angle that they gave me is still acute. It's at 61 degrees. So then I've got to check, is A bigger or smaller than B? A is less than B because 8 is less than 12. Since A is less than B, now we have to go find our height. Remember, I said our height is always the side that's not opposite of the big angle. So 12 sine 61. And when we pop 12 sine 61 into our calculator, we found out that H is 10.5. So if A is 8 and H is 10.5, A is less than 8. If we have an acute angle, A is less than B, A is less than H, no solution. All right, moving on to B. Again, we got angle, side, side. This time they didn't confuse us too bad with what they named them. So our big angle that they gave us is 30 whole degrees, which is less than 90, so it's acute. A is acute. A is 13, C is 26, so A is less than C. When it's less than C, we gotta go find H. H is my other side, which is 26, sine 30. And I know from my unit circle, sine 30 is a half. Can you plug this into your calculator? Absolutely. But I know it's a half, and 26 divided by 2 is 13. So this time, A is 13, H is 13, so they're equal to each other. Let's go back up and see what that means. All right, we got A is acute. We got A is less than B, and A is equal to H, so we have one solution. Anytime we have one solution, we're going to solve it with law of signs just like we did before. All right, so we found out there's a solution, so let's go ahead and solve it. We got A, B, C, little a, little b, little c. All right, we know A is 30 degrees, little a is 13, little c is 26. If I know these three pieces of information, I can solve it using law of signs for the big C. So sine 30 divided by 13 is equal to sine of big C divided by 26. All right, so I'm going to multiply this 26 over. I'm going to switch it on you. I'm moving the sine C to this side and everything else over here. So it's 26 times sine 30 over 13. And so sine C is 26 divided by 13. You can plug this into your calculator and do the inverse. In fact, that's probably what I should do. We can do this in our head. We don't really need a calculator. But so I don't confuse the process. We're going to take the sine inverse of both sides. Sine inverse and sine kind of cancel each other out, so I get C is equal to, and when I plug all this guy into my calculator, I get 90. So this is 90 degrees. Before, I've been telling you, you can't use Pythagorean theorem because we don't have right angle triangle, so we couldn't use Pythagorean theorem to come up with the other side, but now that we have a 90 degree angle, we totally could. That being said, I'm going to stick to the law of signs because it works the same way. And then I keep the process the same for you guys. All right, so to find this other angle, I've got 180 minus 90 minus 30. Hopefully you guys remember from geometry our special triangle, which is 30, 60, 90, and we use that to help build our unit circle. All right, so we've got 60 degrees. I'm going to go back to using sine A, which is sine 30 degrees over 13, has to be equal to sine 60 over little c. So C is equal to 13 sine 60 over sine 30. And when you put that into your calculator, you get 22.5. And so that's our little b. All right, that's it for the ambiguous case for day 2. When you come back tomorrow, day 1, tomorrow we're going to do the ambiguous case, and this time it's going to be when we've got 2 triangles instead of just 1.